All right, we should be live. Give it.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for the second screening of the We Freedom Film Fest. This is actually a screening of some of, sort of a showcase of some of the artist collaborations that we did as a sort of engagement component of this project. And Grace is here. She was the leader and coordinator. We also have Julia, who is part of our team, Campaign for Freedom team. We have Enrique, who is also here. But Grace, would you like to start out and just sort of tell us a little bit about the artist collaboration?
Sure, yeah. So I know the idea behind the artist collaboration was kind of to like strengthen the community around what we were doing. And because I myself am a dancer and am very involved in like artistic communities, I really felt inclined to reach out to a lot of my friends who I know strongly resonate with the same morals and message that we do. And the reason I picked like the artist collaborations that I did, because there were actually quite a few, but I picked the ones that I did because these artists, rather than covering a song or a dance, they went out of their way to actually create something that was made specifically for this. And they had our like intentions in mind as well. And they followed the process step by step. And a lot of these also are like very moving. Even the shorter ones I find just really like spoke to me. And you know, I might be biased because I know them, but I really think a lot of the art and the intention behind it really like came through. And I was just these really stood out to me a lot, so I wanted to share them with everyone because I think if I had selected all of the artistic collaborations, it may have gone on for a while. So for the sake of time, I didn't want to choose all of them, but these were definitely some ones that really touched me personally.
Yeah. Love it. Thank you. And to build on what Grace was saying about the process, so the process was based on the Be the Change playbook that I created as part of this project. And there's an opportunity for anybody that wants to, we're going to be continuing those artist collaborations. So that playbook is still available. And we'll put a link to that later. But we are very excited to see where we're going to get started. So this is about artists exploring what it means to be the change and doing the work to create that we culture, taking on the challenge of personal innovation. And this is really exciting. Okay, Brielle, you want to get us started?
Yep. So the first one we're going to watch is from Danica Angelis. And just got to get it up and running.
Everyone, my name is Danica. I wrote something here because there was no way I was gonna say everything I needed to say at the top of my head. So first off, I hope you're all keeping cool and healthy in this heat and in this pandemic. Today I wanted to showcase an unfinished choreo project because what better way to show how I reflected on 2020 by showing something I created at the beginning of the year and coming back to it now. So I picked this piece because the song starts off with an angelic voice, but as you progress with the song, it gets more intense musically with basses and warps. And after the chorus, it goes back to a steady melody. And I feel this is a perfect example of what 2020 felt to me when I struggled with depression, because some days do feel like I'm going through high states of energy, and then the next thing you know, everyone is moving faster than you, like you're in a fight with your own mind for like endless nights. And yeah, so while this video is centered on my mental health in 2020, I did want to touch base with the harassment and murders of Black people and the LGBTQ plus community, because it is happening right now and it shouldn't be ignored. This was all able to happen in the hands of a system that is working perfectly to silence the voices of marginalized folks and the youth. For privileged folks, we need to uplift support and fund Black, Indigenous, people of color, because to some this is super, super shocking news when these groups of people have historically been experiencing and fighting state violence and human rights like their whole lives. So there won't be liberation for all until Black liberation. Also, I'd say to join communities and orgs that have already been putting so much work into doing these things at the local and state level, so also support them. For this piece, I hope to capture the frustration of witnessing and experiencing the fight for human rights while also trying to stay back to take care of your mental health and giving Black, Indigenous, people of color the platform. Thank you. Don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me. Since you should listen to see it, I never knew where I was going. I went by the wall I was running. I know I've been on a long time. I'm back and I want what is mine. I know I've been on a long time. I'm back and I want what is mine. This shit was the love of my life. We went down together that night.
Okay, and the next one we have is going to be by Jason Kim.
The share?
Is it not working? 1 second.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let me try again to make sure it's working.
Okay. Gosh, in radio and TV, this is death to have silence on air. We should be having some clever banter.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it to minimize so that I can get back to Zoom, and it's just not wanting to. Okay, maybe that'll work.
So Julie, how's your day going?
Me?
Yes.
I'm good. I'm in Portland today, but so I'm in the car to leave to go back to Seattle right now.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Brielle, is that it?
Yeah.
Can we see it now? Yep, by Jason Kim.
Okay, we can see some. Is that Jason Kim?
Can we hear it?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll be back to you. Oh, that was cool. I know we were waiting comments for after, but
Yeah, I liked that one because it was like one of the only like non or more like graphic visual art type of
yeah.
artist collaboration that we had. And I also I thought it was funny that I was like, oh yeah, all the ones that I recommended for the screening were all like made solely for this. And then the first one that we showed was the only one where she had like reused something from the past.
Right.
The irony there, but it's okay.
Well, she's
But yeah,
revisiting it with like a new,
yeah, you could tell. I like that she explained her thought process behind it, like in the video itself too. But yeah, I really liked
I like that too.
because it was like definitely a different type of like media.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I like seeing how like we can view expression through like different art forms, and we've just seen that by these two different types of, I guess, performances, but I guess the second one was more of like a graphic performance.
Right. Enrique, did you want to chime in? I see that you're there. Okay, I'll come back. Oh, there you okay.
So I really think that the video was interesting. In my opinion.
Okay. All right. Riel, you ready for the next one?
The next one is by Julie Han.
Okay.
Yeah, that one was like a personal favorite of mine because I found out later that that girl, Julie, that was like the first song she'd ever written. And I was like so impressed because the first time I heard it, I was like sitting alone in bed And I did tear up a little. I'm not gonna lie. It really it got to me. So yeah, I really love that.
That was really nice. She had a beautiful voice too.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, it was very melancholy.
Mm.
And so, Grace, did she write that just for this? Or did she have it written before?
Yeah, she wrote it just for this. So after she looked at the playbook, she had done like a reflection based off of how she was feeling and everything. And from that's how she like wrote the song. And that's like, oh, so impressive to me.
Wow, yeah, that is so impressive.
Yeah.
And I thought her voice was so beautiful as well.
Right.
Yeah, right. I'm so impressed with how they were able to translate this into different disciplines, because I did add like the section to help assist people with translating the instructions I'd given for like visual for doing visual work, and how to do that. I guess you call it like a personal emotional inventory, and translate that into like movement and transition. So I really love how people were able to like actually do that. I love it.
Yeah, and it's crazy because go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just saying, I just love it because I love dance. I'm not a dancer, but there was a time when I thought I could have been a choreographer. But I used to play. I used to play clarinet, so I know, and I love music. But like, I was able to apply my very limited knowledge of those disciplines to try and translate sort of like the visual artist part that I feel like I use more often. But I love that they were able to understand that and like really apply it. So that like makes me really, really happy. That's so cool.
Yeah, and it's awesome to see how like everyone interpreted it like differently, because there is like a lot going on, and everyone's like, it's just so cool. Everyone's approaching it in their own way. Awesome.
And they really use the process to like reflect on something that, because the playbook is about taking whatever issue it is that you need to like find some sort of piece of resolution with. So I love that they really were able to like draw on their own experience. Because I give some prompts for people, but it's meant to be like a guide about how to, once you have your question, how to keep digging at that question. So I love that they were able to like apply that process to like the things that were on their mind. So that's the other thing that I'm really appreciating and loving. Okay, Brielle, you want to continue?
Yep, the next one is by Christine. That was just a quick short one. You're muted, Yvette.
I was saying, that was a really interesting animation style. That was really cool. I like that. It almost reminded me of like that paper animation with like the Japanese rice paper. I don't know who used to do that, but it was something I kind of vaguely remember seeing at some point. You're nodding, Grace. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So that was very. But I guess with technology, you don't have to use like old-fashioned hard copy stuff anymore.
Yeah, but it's so impressive, because I feel like even seeing the process of how people do that type of animation, like it takes so long. Like I don't know how people do it, but it's awesome, and I'm glad that they do.
Yeah. It's nice to see that blending too, but it is really cool how much people can do with the technology that's so easily available now. That just amazes me. I love it.
Yeah, and even though, sorry, did I cut you off?
No, you're good. No,
okay.
You're fine.
Even though it was kind of short, like I feel like that was part of it, just so it could get like one clear message across and like leave the viewer with this one thought. So I thought that was a kind of a prominent part of the piece as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I agree. And then that's really a profound thing, to embrace and accept who you are, is sometimes it takes a little while to get there. That is definitely one of the upsides of getting older.
Absolutely, yeah. And I know Christine, the artist, she really also wanted to kind of convey a message of like, it's okay, like you're not alone, and that we're all going through this together. And I don't know, that just like warms my heart so much.
Yeah. And no matter where you are, it's like everybody has to make peace with where you are, where you are and who you are at that point in time. So there is, like I said, it's simple and short, but that's, it's a big mission, it's something that it's kind of one of those easier said than done. Takes a little bit of doing, takes a little bit of, I don't want to say efforting, but maybe there's some easing into, like relaxing and easing into accepting
for sure,
who we are. Sure. I guess the work though is being our better selves. If a continuous journey to try and get there. Okay, Bria.
Next one is by Michaela.
And it all falls down, yeah. And it all falls down again. And it all falls down, yeah. And it all falls down. How can you learn how to swim before you get in? Sometimes you gotta take the plunge just to get in. Life's not full of shallow and your house ain't full of armbands. Stay afloat, someone might put their arm out to help you. I don't know, I would if I saw somebody drowning in a sea of self-confusion. I wanna be the one to try and understand why their tide ain't coming in and the lighthouse ain't shining. So why do we all fall down? If there's a reason we can stay afloat, why do we watch them drown? We're too selfish in our lifeboats. Why do we all fall down? If there's a reason we can stay afloat, why do we watch them drown? Yeah. So why are all the riches staying afloat? Seen all my brothers drowning even though they knit the boat. Mothership ain't helping anyone. See, the ships are getting bigger full of greed and wasteful men, soaking kids with the lies before they even got to 10. Sailing the internet waves, a tsunami of wise. A flood to take us under if we can't afford the life jackets. Majority don't even have the life jacket. Majority might fall with the tax brackets. The minority might jump to the next bracket. On the form to sign up for a raft and a pay packet with the same old unemployed age bracket. Even money sinks to the bottom when it's waterlogged, so nobody truly stays afloat. Yeah. So why do we all fall down? If there's a reason we can stay afloat, why do we watch them drown? We're too selfish in the lifeboats. Why do we all fall down? If there's a reason we can stay afloat, why do we watch them drown? Yeah. And it all falls down, yeah. And it all falls down again. And it all falls down, yeah. And it all falls down.
Wow.
Yeah,
Grace, as our dancer.
Yeah, I personally love that because a lot of what she was doing is extremely like difficult. And I know she took a slightly different approach. What she wanted to do was to freestyle to a song that kind of encompassed her feelings rather than do choreography. And to me, and I think a lot of dancers can agree that with freestyling, it's a lot more raw because it's not like premeditated. You don't really know what you're going to do. So it's a lot of just like raw emotion and feeling, and it's just whatever is happening is happening. And why I personally love freestyling so much is whatever the song is telling you and however you're feeling and connecting to it, you can really just express without thinking about at all. So I loved what she was doing. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, and I love how she translated that sentiment of pulling yourself back up when you fall down through that sort of buoyancy in her body, you know, this sort of like, you know what I mean? Like this sort of buoyancy, like an internal buoyancy that does kind of guide you when you fall down to keep getting back up. So I really love how she expressed that or represent, embodied, there you go, how she embodied, that inner buoyancy. So that was, made me wish I could dance.
I think her dance really gave meaning to like the song, and knowing that she freestyled that is really incredible. I had no idea.
Awesome. I did think it felt sort of, you did feel like sort of a rawness to it. I felt like there was like a bit of like a rawness. So I can, that was really good. Is she a professional dancer or is she a choreographer?
She right now, she's just like a student who's like, I think she's looking to join a dance team, but for right now, she's just a junior in college. But
dancing her heart out.
Honestly, yeah. We love to see it.
That is so cool. Okay. Enrique, did you want to chime in? I don't want to leave you out.
So I thought that it was interesting as well, of like how the person did the moves.
Yeah, I agree. Her transitions were really good. Okay, Brielle, you want to take us? I don't know if this is the last one or we're getting close.
Yep, this is the last one by Vaishali Lanier.
Okay.
Our people are dying, daughters are crying, but you're dismissing what's really going on here. Foolish little minds that don't see. I wish I could wake up from reality when they get to wake up peacefully. This has been going on way too long. You keep hating us 'cause it don't bring you harm. Curling up in a ball 'cause it's all too much. They think we're about to fall, but we're gonna rise from the dust. I know we're beautiful, but all they see is our skin color. But we're melanin queens. No room for us to grow, no room for us to breathe. You think it's unfair, but all we're asking is for you to care. Please care. So yeah, we're fighting back, and hell yeah, we're destroying things, 'cause you refuse to listen to the lies that really sing. But no more, no more, no more, no more, no more, no more, God, no more. Lifting up the ones who come after us. So listen here, listen closely, 'cause you're strong, you're beautiful, intelligent, talented, lives that matter. Yes, Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. No question, no question. Black Lives Matter. No question, no question. Black Lives Matter. No question, no question. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. No question, no question.
Wow, I remember that one. That one gave me goosebumps. I remember I was so moved. I loved her voice too.
Me too. I also had goosebumps.
I really love the emotion that she was able, you know, you really felt it. and that she had a beautiful voice.
Yeah, I agree. That was like the first one I got, and I was just so excited that because it was like the first time we really saw like the like a result of like what we wanted, and it was just so, I don't know, it was just very raw and pure. And she also wrote that kind of on a whim. She was gonna like, she's planning on covering a song, and she was like, you know what, I'm just gonna write one. And it came out so well. And I still, even just now, I got goosebumps. But I remember the first time I watched it, I got goosebumps. And yeah, her voice is beautiful. And yeah.
Julie, I see you nodding your head.
Yes, I think that she chose like a really interesting way to like communicate her thoughts and her ideas and her I guess you could kind of say activism as well. And I think art can be like a really powerful way to get that across. And so I think her song was really fantastic in that way.
Yeah, I agree. I think she definitely, and I love that the way the no question, repeating that chorus. I feel like that might stick in your head, you know?
Oh yeah, I would before I uploaded it to Instagram, I had it saved on my computer, and every once in a while it gets so sick in my head I'd have to like listen to the song over and over. Like if she posted this, I would definitely like listen to it if it was on like a streaming platform. Like it's a really catchy song. Like I really love it.
And it is. It's a really, it's a heartfelt message, because one of the prompts in the playbook is about exploring how you feel about the Black Lives Matter movement. And so there's a whole series of personal inquiry questions that sort of follow that prompt. So I love the way that she was able to take that one and turn it into like this beautiful song, even though she's sort of reflecting on from a sort of painful place. And it really speaks to what the playbook is about. It's about taking something that you maybe don't feel that great about and transforming it into something creative and beautiful that you feel that you appreciate. And so I feel like that, as an advocate, as an activist, there's much more power in what we undertake when we come from that place of transforming pain into appreciation and finding some sort of gift in whatever it is, because that's the key to turning that challenge into something that will take you to the next level, or as I often say, transforming challenges into launch pads for success, however you're defining that. And I think that she definitely did that. You know, that was a really great example. And I think that's this whole project. That's what I've been really excited to see other people, particularly artists, because a lot of the people that I talk to a lot about this approach are not people that have ever done art or feel really comfortable doing art, and they don't see themselves as artists. So it's really cool to see people embrace being creative, tackling this challenge. So I think that's like the big takeaway for me. So what do you folks think? What's your takeaway from this?
Yeah, I guess for me, I kind of agree. Like art is just so powerful, and being able to sometimes take emotions that you don't really know how to express, and especially with everything going on, like I think since even like quarantine hit, life has just been moving weirdly slow, but also really quickly at the same time. And it kind of takes a lot to just like stop and reflect on where you are at and how you feel about everything. And I don't know, I think sometimes like it can get confusing, and being able to see people express that artistically is really inspiring. And especially because you know that people are reflecting on themselves, but also in the same way that it kind of, at least for me, it inspired me to like reflect on myself and think about like even both like artistically and not artistically, just where I'm at. And I don't know, it's just everything about this is like kind of awesome. Yeah, and I love looking at like other art too, because I learn about, like I dance, but I also got to see like a little look inside graphic design and visual art, and also like singing and stuff like that. And it really just goes to show how connected everyone is, and how like honestly like powerful we are. Yeah, that's where I'm at. That was my takeaway personally. But yeah.
Oh, okay. I forgot I'd muted myself. I was saying, I love that, Grace. Julia, how about you? Any parting thoughts as we wrap it up?
Yeah. I really connect. But I feel like they are that like kind of what we said, but like in this like challenging time where we're getting so much information daily on. I think art is like a really great way to like break down everything that we're like seeing and feeling. And I think watching other people create art too is also like really inspiring because you can see how they can turn like emotions and thoughts into like a song or like a graphic design thing. So that was really cool. It's like really sunny in the car too.
No worries. Enrique, did you want to chime in as we wrap this up and share any parting thoughts with us?
So I think with that video, it was interesting. I've never saw like I've never saw like the dancing like in an actual video before or something like that.
Oh, cool. Okay, so this was a new experience for you. Uh-oh, did we lose Enrique?
I'm still here.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. So this is a new experience and you liked it. Is that what I gathered from what you said?
Yes.
Awesome. Brielle, you want to share any thoughts with us?
I enjoyed all the videos. I liked the first one a lot because it's been reminding me like with the rest of the week about how much young people now are paying attention to what's going on and trying to actually fix what's going on. Because I only graduated high school 4 years ago, but even then things weren't like this. Like nobody really cared that much. A lot of things were like don't ask, don't tell. But now everyone's just kind of fed up from as young as middle school and trying to change things in the world. And I think that's really great.
I would agree. I really love the things that used to seem really radical and outrageous when I was you guys' age. Now it doesn't seem so radical and crazy. So, but I still am probably sort of radical to a lot of people, but that's cool. Because you want to stay radical anyway. But it's really interesting to me to see how mainstream has shifted, but still not enough, you know. But it is. I guess I'm old enough now to have seen how we made some progress, but it's also very disheartening to see how much of that progress is sort of it feels like being chipped away and being lost over the last few years. And I have to say, I'm frankly sort of stunned at how quickly that happened. It seems like it took so long to make that progress, and it's sort of being unraveled so so quickly. And that is, I need this kind of thing to keep me, you know, to keep my spirits up and keep me sort of moving forward with the work. Because it does feel different when you've been doing it for over 20 years, guys. And or 30 years. Oh my God, I can't remember. Over 30 years, really. And then to see how quickly so much can be undone. I think that's been sort of shocking for me, but I am so happy, so thrilled to see so many young people engaged and like just giving a crap, sorry. That so many young people actually do like care enough, and getting the chance to work with you all has been, I can't even tell you, that has done my heart and my own sort of, my own inner, whatever it is that gives us persistence, that inner fire, to know that there are some young folks that do care and are looking at how we can use the tools and the technology for good. That also is very inspiring to see. And I hope that that will inspire other people to consider how we can make better use of what we do have on hand. And since this was a Freedom Campaign project, I do want to sort of this up with reminding people that the big question I've brought to the Freedom Campaign or been exploring through it is, what are we doing with the freedom that we have? And how do we leverage that to improve things for everybody? And what it means that my freedom is connected to your freedom. And I think that this has been a really lovely expression of what happens when, you know, people kind of like look at how our freedom is connected and what we can do with that to start something. So yeah, I'm hoping that maybe this can be the start of something. And Grace, you'll have to come up with a cool name for our art movement. I was thinking about, do you guys know who Yoko Ono is?
Oh, of course.
Oh,
Love
okay. But I don't know.
I love her so much.
Julia, okay, all right. Well, you know, she's done some really beautiful pieces, some beautiful work on peace. And I think of her early days when she was very young with the Fluxus movement in the 60s. And some of the things they were exploring about the relationship of the artist to what they create. And I have thought of that as sort of something that I look to when I was starting my cultural fusion, the idea of that being a series that could lead to a movement. And so I would love if this could become like, you know, the basis of some sort of, you know, artistic activism, because that's something I've been dreaming about for ages. So anyway, we'll see what happens and where this goes. And we invite folks to stay tuned. And you can see these videos and the other artist collaboration videos on Instagram as Freedom Film Fest. And we'll be updating that. I think Julia and Grace are going to help us out with getting those updated with the new videos, with the live events that we've recorded the last few days. And thank you so much to everybody that has supported and participated, and to everybody on our team. Again, want to just thank everybody, and thank you guys for coming so much. I really, really appreciate it. Enrique, Grace, Julia, Brielle, thank you for all of your help doing this. And I will just let you guys have the last word here.
Well, I personally want to thank you for putting all of this together. This has been like a really wonderful experience. So thank you.
Yeah, and I just want to follow what Grace said and thank you again, Yvette, for everything you've done. You've really been a pioneer in just this whole process. And